another episode of Screwston Media TV, man. We here live, man. Obviously, we in my kitchen, my apartment or whatever, man. But I just want to talk about a couple subjects, man. I want to talk about the Los Angeles Lakers struggles, the Nets and Sixers potential trade, James Harden and Ben Simmons, and I also want to talk about is hip hop detrimental to the community, So without further ado, let's get into the first topic, the Los Angeles Lakers struggles. From day one, I told people, I felt like the Lakers probably should have traded for Buddy Hield. He's a better fit. He's a shooter. And I like Westbrook. I don't have nothing against Westbrook. I'm not saying, he's not talented. He's not going to be a Hall of Famer. He's a great player. But I just felt like it wasn't going to fit from day one. Can't shoot. He not as athletic as he was, 5 or 6 years ago. When he won the MVP, when he first had the when he first got the triple double, for the whole season. He's not as athletic. He's still strong. He's still fast, but I don't think he finished as effectively like he used to. And you see that, when you get to the records, like teams, you know, they block the paint, because they already know when he gets to the paint, he's gonna come with physicality. So I kind of feel like he doesn't attack the rim with as much juice as he used to, and you can see it. Teams are leaving him open. You know, he's just not effective with the Lakers. Like they thought he was. In the Lakers, I feel like they traded too much talent. Come on, they traded. Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram. He turned himself into a superstar. Kyle Kuzma, good role player. You know, Caldwell Pope, good role player. They didn't sign Alex Caruso. They let him walk away and go to Chicago. Unfortunately, he got hurt in that freak accident with Allen from the Bucks. So, they let a lot of talent get away. So I kind of feel like the Lakers, the way they designing their team, they trying to go for the home run punch. They don't have a bunch of picks to really trade anyway. I think the nearest first round pick they could trade is I think they said 2027. So they traded too much talent, and I just kind of feel like it's kind of backfiring on them right now at this moment. So I just feel like I don't know what they can do. Even if they make the playoffs, 8th or 7th seed, they got to play either the Warriors or the Suns, the Jazz, the Grizzlies. I don't think they can beat them teams in the 7 game series. Like they will definitely have to, at least get up to the 6th seed, 5th seed around there, to really have a shot. So I just think I don't know what they really can do. That team needs shooters, and they don't. Malik Monk, he's coming around, he's having a good season, but they need more shooters. And, they really can't trade Westbrook. He has a big contract. I think he made $40 million this year. No team is gonna want to pick up on that. I know I was hearing rumors about, him getting traded back to the Rockets. That doesn't make sense for the Rockets. The Rockets got a young team. They're not even really playing any veterans except Eric Gordon. And I think he might be traded tomorrow, so I just think the Lakers, man, they kind of stuck right now. They kind of stuck with Westbrook until they can find somebody who is really going to take on that contract. But I don't think nobody's going to take on that contract. LeBron James, he shouldn't have to do all this work in this late stage of his career. He's, 37, 36, 38, whatever. He's doing too much, at this stage of his career. So I don't know what they're going to do. Their best bet is to try to get to the 6th seed. I don't even know if they're gonna get there, man. It's just the team just wasn't constructed well. I don't like the way they constructed the team. You don't trade a bunch of talent for older ascending stars. That just don't make a sense. That just don't make sense. If I was a GM, I was just talking to my brother about this yesterday. I'ma always try to get a mixture of young and older players. Like if I was a GM in NBA, I would want my average age of a team to be around 27, 28, 29, 30 years old. That's a good mixture of old and younger talent. The Lakers are like average age is like 32, 33 or something like that. That's too old. They not saying they still ain't got talent, but the league is a young game, a young man's game right now. And the Lakers just too old, so they stuck with Westbrook. it doesn't look like, they probably gonna get up to the 6th seed. I think they probably gonna be the 7th or the 8th, play the Suns or the Warriors. Probably gonna, lose in 5 or 6 games around there. So I just think, in the off season, I don't know what they gonna do. They definitely gotta make some changes and bring in some younger talent, because this isn't gonna cut it. So good luck to those guys there. And let's move on to my next topic. The Nets and Sixers trade James Harden, for Ben Simmons. I think that'd be a good trade, actually. Especially for both teams. The reason why I think that because if y'all remember when Harden played with Clint Capella, I'm not saying Clint Capella is Joel Embiid. I'm not saying that. But the point I'm trying to make is Harden likes to play with good big men. Big men, that can, catch alley hoops, play in the post like that. I think he'll be a great fit for the 76ers. And plus, Joel Embiid averaging 30. Why wouldn't Harden want to go play with a big man that averaging 28, 29, 30 points per game? That's easy. You know what I'm saying? Harden could easily get 5, 6, 7, 8 assists to Embiid with no problem. And plus, the 76ers got, a little bit better shooters in my opinion. They play defense a little bit better. And, Harden, he really doesn't have to be a ball dominant point guard. He can give it to, if they keep Maxey. I know they got Steph Curry over there. He got some ball handling potential. Just if he goes to the 76ers, he doesn't have to do as much over there as he is with the Nets, because Kyrie's part-time player. Hey, I'm not gonna sit here and talk about the vaccine and stuff like that. That's that man, right? He can do what he want. Everybody has decisions that they have to live with. So I just think that's a great fit for the 76ers. And Ben Simmons going to the Nets, that's also another great fit because he's playing with Durant and Kyrie Irving. Two like two guys that can really shoot the ball and get to the basket. And Ben Simmons can do what he do, which is, play make for everybody else. Ben Simmons obviously not a shooter, but he can get to the rack. He's big. He's like 6'5", 6'6" point guard. He's athletic. He's gonna finish at the rim. He can, get to the rim and dish out to Durant or Irving. So I mean, it's just a perfect fit for both teams. Do I think Harden want to be in Brooklyn? I don't know. I don't know. It was sources saying that he don't like being in Brooklyn and stuff like that. Man, at the end of the day, these guys are getting paid millions. They'll play anywhere. They'll play in Canada if it was possible. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think all that is really true, but I do think if this trade do happen, this is gonna benefit both teams. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Harden will be a perfect fit. And plus, I think he wants to reunite with Daryl Morey. That'll be a good fit too. I mean, Daryl Morey was his guy in Houston. If y'all followed, James Harden's career, him and Daryl Morey obviously close. So I think that'd be a good fit. And Ben Simmons, let's give him a new start, and then he get a chance to play with two Hall of Famers. Who doesn't want to play with Kevin Durant? I mean, I would. Shit, if they gave him opportunity, I'd play with Kevin Durant. So definitely, I think that'd be a good fit for Ben Simmons because, he doesn't have to do as much. He's not going to be relied on in the clutch, to really make free throws. Durant, he shoots 90%. Kyrie Irving shoots 90% from the free throw line. And plus, he could just do him, facilitate for others, play defense. He's a high-level defender. That's really what he does. He's defender. He defends. That's where he makes his money at, and getting to the rack. So I think that'd be a good fit. Now, will it happen? I don't know, because I don't think Brooklyn, I don't think they probably want to trade Harden. Obviously those three guys, Harden, Irving, and Durant, came together to win the championship. So I don't know if that's gonna work, but if it do work, like I said, I think it's gonna benefit both teams. I hear people saying, oh, it's gonna benefit the 76ers more. I think it's gonna benefit both teams, Like I say, Ben Simmons, he's not gonna be asked to do everything with the ball, play point guard, play defense, get to the rack, facilitate for others, and play defense. That's really where he makes his money at anyway. You know what I'm saying? If you've been following his career, defense is really what has gotten him to the level that he is. He also finishing in the rack, but I would say defense. And I want to get to my final topic, is hip hop detrimental to the black community? I've been talking about this for years, with different people. I kind of go back and forth about this because everybody has the right to freedom of speech, which is obviously right. We can basically say what we want, but a lot of times, you have guys who's not speaking their truth in these rhymes. They not really telling the truth. I know some guys, I'm not gonna call them out or whatever, but a lot of these guys not telling the truth. A lot of times rappers, they just rap about stuff that's popular. Everybody talking about, trap and well, when I say detrimental, like does it affect kids and does it affect kids thinking and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? I would say yeah, but like 50-50, because kids look up, kids look up the older people. When I was younger, I looked up to the guys in the neighborhood, who, sold dope and, had the nice cars, nice shoes, had the women and, stuff like that. But I also say it's not detrimental because everybody has the freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? They can say what they want in the rhymes. People can say what they want, but at the same time, I think as artists, we should also kind of be responsible for the type of content we put out. Now, like I say, people can say what they want. I'm not here to tell people what they can and what they can't say, because I was an artist too. I used to rap about crazy stuff, guns and stuff like that. So people can say what they want, but I just feel like the guys who are not living their truth, they shouldn't just get on these rhymes and say anything, because you can have a kid that'll believe that shit, that'll believe, okay, he's really doing what he doing. That's my favorite rapper. I'm gonna go out there and do what he doing. Because I have little cousins, who personally told me years ago, yeah. This guy, he really rapping about what he doing. And I'm like, how you know? You don't know this man. You don't know what he really doing. So these guys, they go out there, they start talking about gang and I'm trapping and all that stuff, and they really try to dress like these guys, be like these guys, talk like these guys, and try to live what these guys talking about in these raps. So that's why I say sometimes rap, hip hop can be detrimental to the community. Sometimes, we can't overlook that. And like I said, I'm not here to tell people what they can and what they can't say. People can say what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the one of the greatest things about living in this country. You know what I'm saying? You can say what you want in these rhymes. Well, 100%, because we seen what happened with YG. Nipsey Hussle. With the F Donald Trump song. They had to block out some words and stuff. And I think it was a couple more songs on that YG album. I forgot the YG album, but it was a couple more songs where they had to block out some words or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you seen on that one song, I think it was called Meet the Flockers, the YG song, where basically had to block out the part where he talking about robbing the Chinese folks because they don't believe in banks and all that type of shit. So you can't 100% say what you're saying, but the point I'm trying to make is we should be responsible with what we put out. I'm not saying get on your rhymes and rap about going to church and stuff like that. But if you're not speaking your truth, you shouldn't just get on these rhymes and just say anything, because kids oftentimes, most of the time, they believe what people say. That's just facts. You know what I'm saying? I know I was one of them kids, who looked up to, artists or people in the neighborhood who selling dope and stuff like that. And I wanted to be like that at once upon a time. Until I got older, then I realized, okay, I'm gonna follow my own path and stuff like that. So, like I said, I'm not getting on here trying to tell people what to do and what they say. I'm just saying we should kind of be responsible of the type of content we put out. You just seen that artist in New York, Nas Blicky. He got shot in the head or whatever, I think, and yeah. See what I'm saying? Like, and I appreciate that, bro. That you're self aware. That okay, I don't gotta rap about crazy stuff, to make good music. Cause a lot of these dudes feel like, okay, if they don't rap about, you know, guns, I'm in the trap, I'm selling dope, all that type of shit, they not gonna make it. And I tell people all the time, that's not true. That's not true. You know what I'm saying? So, what the hell that mean? What the hell that mean? But yeah. So, like I say, you seen that artist in New York, Nas Blicky, he got shot in the head or whatever, and now he's talking about he's gonna change the content that he puts in his music. You know what I'm saying? A lot of time, the energy you put out, you're gonna get that same type of energy back. Me, I never ever claimed to be a gangster, none of that shit. I grew up around, people that's in that lifestyle, but I never claimed that because that's not me personally. Just because I grew around people that's in that lifestyle doesn't mean I'm that type of person. Yeah, I sold shit, you know what I'm saying? But I sold stuff to make money. I didn't sell stuff, to be looked at as, oh, he's a gangster, oh, he's this and that. I sold stuff because I wanted to make some extra money in my pocket because I was broke. So I'm just saying, we just sometimes we gotta be responsible, for the type of content, the type of energy that we put out. You know what I'm saying? So this not a knock on nobody because I love hip hop. That's all I jam mainly. You know what I'm saying? I jam R&B and other stuff too, but I mainly jam hip hop. So I love rap, I love all that. But I just think sometimes the energy you put out, you're gonna get that same type of energy back, whether you believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? Karma is real. So do I think hip hop is detrimental to the community? I would say yeah and no. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times in the communities, being a rapper is all someone have, someone got. Let me say that someone got. That's all they have. So sometimes rap can be a positive way to get that person out of that community. But what we seeing nowadays, guys, they rap, they get big, they get famous, and they do the opposite. Instead of ascending and getting out the neighborhood, getting your family out the neighborhood, and moving on, they still be in the neighborhood, instigating beefs and all this type of stuff, and they end up, getting caught up in some other stuff that they shouldn't have to. If I had the opportunity, to make it big in a rapping game or playing sports, whatever, I'll be doing that. I probably won't be on this camera right now. So we definitely have to be kind of responsible with the type of energy we put out. So yeah, you can rap about what you've seen and what you've been through, but don't get on there, especially if that's not your lifestyle. Let me say if it's not your lifestyle, don't get on there talking about what you didn't do because people will eventually attempt, to try you and see if you really about that. That's just facts. I'm not putting that type of energy on nobody. That's just facts. I know people personally. So, like I say, hip hop is a detriment to the community. Yes and no. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I just I just hope, you know what I'm saying, that hip hop can kind of just get back to a rapping thing instead of like, because as you see now, the streets and hip hop is kind of like one now. Shout out to Big Ant, you know what I'm saying, my big bro Big Ant, he always talk about this. The streets are a part of hip hop now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why the music now is way more violent. It's always been violent. Like, don't get it twisted. Back in the '90s and '80s and stuff, it's always been violent. But I feel like now it's way more violent with the lyrics and stuff because the streets and hip hop are basically is like one now. You know what I'm saying? People bringing in beefs, old beefs in the streets into the music. So, like I say, you just got to be responsible of the type of energy, type of content we put out. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, people are looking up to you. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of time artists know that kids and younger people are looking up to them, but I don't think they aware of the type of impact that they have on these kids' lives. So that's really all I just want to talk about today, man. This is my first live. Instagram. I'm not Instagram. YouTube gave an opportunity, to get on here. Finally go live. I've been trying to go live for months. I guess you got to have a certain amount of subscribers or something. I don't know how this shit work, man. But like I say, man, appreciate y'all whoever tuned in. I know it ain't a lot of people, man, but I got more content coming. I just want to tap in with you guys with some of these recent topics and stuff. That's really that's really important to me. So if you can. Subscribe to the channel. Tell other people to subscribe to the channel, man. I got some more content coming. I got interviews coming, and by the way, let me introduce myself. You know what I'm saying? My name Freon, aka Westside Free. I'm from Houston, Texas. So be on the lookout for, interviews from artists in Houston, all around Texas, stuff like that, man. So tap in, man. If you do music, man, you feel like your music good, tap in, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna check you out, man. But you gotta be different. It's too many artists that hit me up that's everybody sound the same. I'm trying to, tap in with artists that's unique and different, So like I said, appreciate you guys, whoever tapped in the comments it. One love, real talk. You know what I'm saying? So I got more lives coming, got more content coming, man. Just appreciate you guys for real for tapping in with me on this first live, man. Hit me up on Instagram at Scrooston Media TV _. You can hit me on Facebook at Scrooston Media TV, same thing. Just hit me, man. Let's get it in.